strangest thing. It's shorter than you think. No think is shorter than you.
Hey you guys, what's up? It's your girl, Queen Toss Crime. I'm back again with another video. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment down below if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. Shout out to all my supporters, my new and old moderators, members. I love and I appreciate y'all. We're going to be talking about Brian Laundrie, as you see. His autopsy report is revealed, and that is going to bring on a few questions, okay, that I want you guys to think about, because we are critical thinkers over here, logical thinkers, and it's very critical, okay? And then we're going to be talking about, what does this mean, okay? So, this news article is, you see, it's right here, okay? The Guardian, okay? Brian Laundrie died by suicide, autopsy report reveals. Now, don't forget, while we was on the hunt, on the search, everyone and their mama was looking for Brian Laundrie. And some people thought that maybe someone got to him and killed him. Some people thought he was somewhere hiding away. And some people thought he was not going to be able to go to jail after what he allegedly did, because we don't know for sure if he harmed Gabby, and that he was going to take the easy way out. Okay? So, for those that thought suicide, y'all are correct. The autopsy report reveals that he did kill himself. So, Brian Laundrie, whose disappearance sparked a nationwide manhunt in September after his fiancée Gabby Petito went missing and was later found murdered, killed himself, an autopsy report revealed on Tuesday. Laundrie's remains was found in a Florida nature preserve last month, 1 month after Petito was found strangled to death on the edge of Wyoming's Grand Teton National Park, where the couple had been traveling together in a van. The 23-year-old was named a person of interest in the case after he returned to his parents' home in Florida alone in early September, then disappeared himself. Petito's parents reported her missing on September 11th, 3 days after Laundrie's family claimed that he had left their house in Northport with a backpack but left behind his wallet and cell, which we later found out that he had to have had another cell phone, which he did. So let's keep going, because I was about to go into something else. I don't want to confuse y'all. The initial coroner's report on Laundrie issued soon after his skeletal remains were discovered in the Swampy Creek Environmental Park was inconclusive. Okay, so the first initial coroner's report, y'all, revealed that it was inconclusive. Because remember, they just found a skeletal remains, okay? Skeletal remains. And that makes you wonder, because they're able to tell a lot from just the skeletal remains. So maybe we still have hope for Jelani Day, because he had more than skeletal remains. So we should be able to get more information sooner or later. But let's go ahead and stick to Brian Laundrie for this second. That just popped up in my head, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm juggling multiple things. So on Tuesday, Stephen Bertolino, attorney for Laundrie parents, announced they had now received a more detailed report after remains were sent to a forensic anthropologist. Chris and Roberta are still mourning the loss of their son and are hopeful that these findings bring closure to both parents, Bertolino said. Laundrie was never charged in connection with Petito's death, but a federal arrest warrant was issued by a court in Wyoming on the 24th of September after a grand jury indicted him for the unauthorized use of a debit card, which Petito's family say was hers. FBI investigators have been searching for clues in belongings near Laundrie's body, including a water-damaged notebook. Quick question. Are y'all going to inform us what's going on with the notebook? Was there anything in the notebook that Brian wrote down that y'all can still pull up or find and inform us? Will y'all be informing us what was in the notebook? What was he thinking? Did he write down what his thought was? Did he write down an apology? Did he write down that he did it? What was in the notebook? And will y'all be revealing that to the public? The FBI has yet to release any statement on the progress of its investigation. The hunt for Petito, who was recording the couple's cross-country adventures on social media, then the search for Laundrie captured the nation's attention. Police in Moab City, Utah, released body cam footage recorded on the 12th of August of officers speaking with the couple after receiving a domestic call. In the video, a tearful Petito is seen admitting the pair had fought with officers, eventually separating them for the night. Laundrie going to a hotel. Laundrie seen telling the officers, who controversially concluded that Petito was the aggressor, that they had a minor scuffle and he did not want to pursue a domestic violence charge. I'm not going to pursue anything because she's my fiance and I love her, he says. It was just a squabble. Sorry he had to get so public. It was the last known recording of Laundrie and Petito together. Northport police investigating Laundrie's disappearance said the family refused to speak with detectives, which Bertolino said later was on his advice. Nobody has been charged in connection with the case. And Bertolino, we pretty much figured that you told them not to speak. But regardless of that, of you telling them not to speak, I believe they wasn't going to speak to the public anyway. They was bound to protect Brian. Okay, so that I don't believe they ever was going to speak. Laundrie and Petito were childhood sweethearts on Long Island in New York. They moved to Florida in 2019 to live with Laundrie parents in Northport, about 34 miles south of Sarasota. They set off on their van life trip in July, planning to reach Oregon by Halloween, according to their social media accounts. So, quick question. Now that we know that Brian Laundrie committed suicide, did he indeed also shoot and murder that married lesbian couple in that park? Are y'all going to compare the gun? Did you find a gun? Are you going to compare the bullets? Are you going to do a comparison on Brian Laundrie? Because you can tell on the casings if the bullet came from the same gun. So, are y'all indeed going to compare that to theirs? Gunshot wounds, casings, bullets? Just a question, because that will tell us if Laundrie murdered those two women, because y'all have yet to find out who murdered those two women. They also told us that they have not yet they don't believe that their case is anything connected to Teton and Laundrie. Is there evidence behind that? Is why you saying that? Is there reasons and evidence and facts why that's not related? And have y'all compared the bullet wounds by the casings? If you compared the casings or bullets and it came back different, okay. But is there any evidence saying that? Is there any evidence proving that he did not kill those two women? And I'm very shocked that he strangled Gabby and chose to shoot himself. When you strangle someone, that's very personal. It's very, very personal. And I wonder, will we ever get to the bottom of who hurt Gabby? Are we ever going to say for a fact Brian did it? We can speculate, we can assume, we can have an opinion, but we do not know for sure. Will they be able to tell that he had anything to do with Gabby Petito's death? Will he be able to attach Brian to any of these murders? Will they be able to do that? I also want to talk about the national park murders. Hundreds killed, missing, and no one is talking. All right. By Emily Cantor. This was posted October 6th, 2021. And we are going to be discussing some of Grand Teton. The tragic Gabby Petito story sparked some controversy and a lot of attention the past few weeks. Though you can't be blamed for letting it all fall off your radar with how news cycles fast. The internet churned up plenty of conspiracy theories, including the notion that national parks are a haven for cannibals. In the wake of Petito's disappearance, the discovery of her body in Grand Teton National Park, and the continuing search for the prime suspect in her murder, boyfriend Brian Laundrie. But is there any truth to claims that death, particularly homicide, is disproportionately common in national parks? Is it? In 2019, National Park Service Chief Spokesman Jeremy said there's an average of 6 deaths each week within the considerable national park system. That's approximately 312 deaths per year. 1 death for every 1 million visitors. Based on analysis of data from 2007 to 2018, there are many ways people perish in national parks. Drowning is the leading cause. Others are vehicular accidents, falls, poisonings, wildlife encounters, national causes, and suicide. And y'all know what? I believe it's suicide because for some reason, people, I don't know if they want to see the beautiful scenery at a park before they take their life. I don't know if that's going to be the last thing they look at, see, visualize. I don't know. But I think it's pretty strange that a few people have been committing suicide found in these parks. And I don't know, is it the scenery that I want to be found, or is it that they just want to be somewhere quiet, think, and want to be the last place they see before they take their life? But that is common. Suicide is very common. And he said visitors have even been boiled alive in hot springs, and one person was decapitated by an unlatched gate. Now, Lake Mead, Yosemite, and Grand Canyon National Parks recorded the most deaths during the aforementioned time period, but North Cascades National Park in Washington registered the highest death rate. It is by far the next deadliest park, within 6.2 deaths for every 1 million visitors, 65 times higher than the park system average. Hikers can avoid many of these life-ending incidents by carrying bear spray, not snapping selfies with animals, and practicing common sense. Aside from those deaths, the Park Service has also reported hundreds of fatalities with unknown or undetermined causes, as well as missing persons whose bodies were never located, and even more may have gone unreported. Okay? Let's see. Is this something else? Okay, so just weeks before, this is what I would really want y'all to look at. Just weeks before Petito's case made headlines, a pair of newlyweds camping near Arches National Park went missing. So weeks before Petito and Brian Laundrie went camping. Made headlines, I'm sorry. The newlyweds went camping before the Petitos made headlines. Those bodies were later found, and it was determined they were shot to death. They had told friends about a weirdo camping near them, but officials have yet to identify a suspect. So, one can logically say here, do we have a serial killer in Grand Teton National Park? If you're not able to link Brian Laundrie to those two women, Petito, you said he killed himself, committed suicide. But if you're not able to link it, is there a serial killer? Are we dealing with a serial killer in Grand Teton? If so, what is y'all next step? What are y'all going to do? Because people are dying left and right. Is this someone preying on people in parks, vulnerable people? I mean, what's going on? And then if we have a serial killer on our hands that murdered those two women, is it possible that Laundrie was murdered? Is it possible Gabby was murdered by this serial killer? But I would assume if the suspect that shot those two women would have shot Petito, not strangle, unless something else was going on. But what would make him switch the way he murdered? Because sometimes killers do. But it's a reason why they switch up on how they murder. So, it's a lot of questions here. So I'm going to end with this. Did Brian Laundrie murder Petito? Can y'all prove that he murdered Petito? Y'all just said and proved that he committed suicide. Okay. So now that we know that he shot himself in the head, did he shoot those two women? The people would like to know, can you compare those casings of those bullets? If so, if they are compared and they are alike, then likely Brian killed those two women. We might not have no serial killer. If he did not, there might be a serial killer out there that they need to be doing something about in Grand Teton. Searching for a serial killer. And then if there's a serial killer, then you would have to question, is it possible that that same serial killer got to Brian if Brian didn't kill those two women, someone did. And is it possible they killed Brian? It's just a lot of questions. Thank y'all for watching. It's your girl Queen Talks Crime. I'll be back with another video. Y'all stay tuned. I love y'all. Peace.